Hey guys, it's Twovoid, and YouTube ads might actually be getting better? Let me explain. So, I found this article from The Verge
A thermal paste applicator?
called YouTube is banning alcohol, gambling, and politics from its most prominent ad slot. So, you might be thinking, what does YouTube, or at least The Verge, YouTube is quoted in this article, but what does YouTube consider its most prominent ad slot? Apparently, it's masthead. And you probably have no idea what the masthead ad slot is. But basically, it's the thing on mobile where it's like at the top of your homepage, there's a little ad video, or on desktop, there it can be like the big bar on the YouTube homepage that has an ad on it. So it is pretty prominent because it's the first thing that you see when you open YouTube for a lot of the time. But I don't think it's the most influential. Like, I feel like people don't pay attention to it. But this is actually a really interesting new rule because they've put out a little image here to explain exactly what they mean. They say YouTube masthead ads are the ads that YouTube users see at the top of the YouTube homepage, blah, blah, blah. Most prominent Google advertising placement available, which all of Google, not even YouTube, which is crazy. But blah, 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 blah. New prohibited categories. So we got gambling, assets that depict or reference gambling-related content, including offline gambling, online non-casino games, and social casino games. Interesting. I mean, I feel like I have seen a lot of gambling ads, but those are mostly in ad form, and I feel like they're worse in ad form than on the masthead ad slot. And I'll get to this later, but I think this is just a PR stunt. Okay, secondly, we have elections and political content. Assets related to elections or politics. This one's really nice because I got really sick of last election in the United States. There were so many annoying political ads at the top of the YouTube homepage on mobile. But it's hard to draw the line here because what is political? You know what I mean? Some people say that like being gay is political. No, it's not. What the fuck are you talking about? So I don't know where they're drawing the line there. Third, we got alcohol. Assets to depict or reference alcohol-related content, including ads promoting the safe use of alcohol. Oh, the sale of alcohol. I'm dumb. As well as branding or informational ads focusing on alcoholic beverages. That's nice. White Claw will have to tone down their ad campaigns. And yeah, I think I mostly agree with that. I think they are admitting a little bit, though, that a lot of the people on their site are minors, which is kind of funny with the whole COPPA thing that went down, but that was a long time ago and no one seems to care anymore, so whatever. And then finally, we have prescription drug terms. Assets that depict or reference prescription drug terms. So, here's the point. They don't specifically say that these ads have to be pro all of this stuff. For example, if you have a anti-alcohol ad, that seems like it can't be on the masthead. Or, for example, the prescription drug terms, there are some terms like that used in the real cost ads, like the one in the thumbnail. So those technically shouldn't be allowed on the masthead. But is there going to be a double standard? I saw this meme the other day. This obviously didn't happen to me, but it's like in third grade, you know nothing, and then they tell you, like, what all the drugs are called, the street names for the drugs, where you can get the drugs, and then they say, don't do it. It's like, of course, but now you just know all of it. That's not going to work. So it's kind of similar if you have an anti-drug ad or anti-vaping ad. Maybe you don't even know what vaping is as a child, and you might be interested in it because of it. So I think there should be a double standard, and those ads should be more targeted. And they're already really bad ads. I made a whole video on that a while ago because they're just completely ineffective. Like, by the way, don't vape, it's bad. But I hope they actually take this to a double standard and don't actually have like anti-gambling, anti-alcohol, and anti-drug ads on the masthead position, because that is directly against their prohibited categories policy, which would be basically the US government directly sliding past Google's terms of service. And then finally, I want to talk about why this is all just basically a PR stunt, and not this news article itself, or even trying to get news out of this, like they're banning gambling ads or whatever. That is not the PR stunt. What the PR stunt is that when you open YouTube, you're not going to see anything. Like parents and people who want their children to be watching YouTube or something aren't going to see like all these ads that they would probably not want their children to see. So they're still going to let their children watch YouTube, even though those ads can still come up on regular videos because YouTube still wants the ad revenue from those companies. So it just seems a little bit hypocritical. And I think they're moving in a better direction, but I do think this is just kind of a PR stunt. I mean, what do you think?